Reopened. New week, new challenge. Here we go.
I guess I'll start. Concerns about Indiana. What when you look at them on film, what kind of stands out about them?
Well, they're putting up big numbers offensively. I don't know exactly what they are. I just know what I see when I look at the film, and that's an offense that can move the ball. They've moved the ball consistently throughout the course of the year against most teams, and the quarterback situations have been a two-horse race, so to speak. Two different guys back there, both throw the ball well, and their run game changes a little bit depending on which guy's back there. 21, certainly a big guy at 6'5" or 6'6" and 240 pounds probably isn't going to run the quarterback run game quite like number 3, I think the other guy is. But really good players, understand their system, utilize all their weapons. They've got several good receivers, a tight end who's probably a little bit under the radar, but I think is a good player, and a couple good young backs that are doing a good job running the ball and a solid offensive line. They've got a good offensive system.
Jay, how much do you think it will help your younger defenders to be getting their feet wet on special teams this year when they're building towards their futures?
Oh, I think it helps. Obviously, just to be out there, in a venue like you were at Penn State or maybe Michigan or any of the places that those guys have played is going to pay dividends when they get their opportunities to play, on offense, defense, depending on who you're making reference to. As a regular down and distance player, it won't be as though they've been out there doing it for the first time. So it definitely will help.
Coach Ash talked earlier about the improvement of the defense. Which area do you see as being most improved on this defense?
Well, I think probably this doesn't answer your question directly, but my frustrations when I've had them throughout the course of the year thus far have been just relative to our inconsistency. You play a game last week or the other couple days ago against Penn State, and you hold a guy like Barkley to 30-something yards rushing, and you go back a couple weeks before that, and maybe you're giving up a couple of 100 yards, to a team, and so we've been up and down. When we do what we're supposed to do and we play like we're supposed to, whether it's in the run game or the pass game, it looks pretty good. So from the standpoint of our overall consistency, our overall understanding of our system and what we're trying to do within it, and the guys understanding those roles and responsibilities, when that all comes together, like I said, it looks pretty good. And I think it's just been really a byproduct of, when we do it right, of just a lot of guys that are buying in and understanding what to do, and having done that, over a period of time. Some guys, that played for 2 years in the system now, almost 2 full years of banked reps, is getting us where we're trying to go. But when it's a consistency issue, and like I say, when we do it like we're supposed to, it looks pretty good. I don't know if that answers your question directly or not, but
I'm going to build off that question.
Sure.
Yeah. The year over year improvement though from last year to this year, do you think it's you adapting to them adapting to you, just guys executing? Is it simply like they tackle better, they understand the scheme better, or is it?
It's all
doing
those
something
things.
different?
It's all those things. You can't really just put your finger on any one thing. I guess if you look at programs who have come in and coaching staffs have changed, and people, you've made that transition and looked at what programs have done, you should see some marked improvement from year 1 to year 2, and it never comes as quickly as you'd like. We're all impatient on that front and want to see instant results. But as long as you're making strides and moving the right direction, I think you got to feel like you're on the right page, and both the players and the coaches are, seeing eye to eye on everything, and it's moving the way it's supposed to. So, hopefully we'll continue along those lines here these next 2 weeks and really finish it off right.
Chris talked about potentially moving JaJuan Harris back to wide receiver if Saquon's completely healthy and KJ as well. Just how valuable has JaJuan been as a safety?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, if you go back to the bye week, coming off the bye week and heading into this the back half of the season, a little bit more than that. The bye week wasn't like right at the midway point, but kind of at the midway point there. We were in a difficult spot with some injuries back there, and had he not come over and not just done it, but done it with a good attitude and performed well on top of it, we could have been in a really tough spot. And that was a stretch where we really needed to have some success as a team. And so I can't thank JaJuan enough for what he's done, and hopefully continues to do here as we finish it out.
Jerry, you're going to be tug of war. Which one gets?
Well, the head coach gets 51% of the vote, so I don't know if either one of us will actually get to say so on that deal.
Jay, when you were recruiting CJ Onyeka, what stood out about him, and how have you seen him develop this season?
CJ is a high character guy, great intangibles, comes from a great family, a very close-knit family, hard worker, great work ethic, a good student, a good person, and a talented athlete. Now, on the field, he was one of those guys, just recalling his highlight videos and those types of things from his senior year. He played like O-line, he played running back, he played 2 or 3 things on defense. I've never seen a guy in so many different roles, wear so many different hats. So very versatile, kind of an athlete with those kinds of skills. Here for us, he's, got a great start on special teams, and now he's played some regular down and distance defense as a jack and outside backer for us, and obviously had a big play in the game, a tackle for loss Saturday, a real big play. And so he's grasping the system well. He's making the kinds of strides that you would hope that a young guy would make as he kind of works his way into the system and develops a role. So we're happy with what he's done and excited about his future here.
Jay, when a guy's out for the season, he kind of falls off our radar. How has Bless Austin been in terms of around the team, around practice, mentally, physically? How's he been? He's
been good. It's a tough role for him, Tyreek, guys like that have had injuries to deal with. It's just difficult. They're around when they can be. A lot of times they're in getting treatment, things of that nature when we're meeting and so on. But they're supportive and we enjoy seeing them around. We just don't get to plug in and associate with them like guys who are out on the practice field doing the everyday kinds of things that the other guys do, which makes it tough. But we're anxious to get them back, and when we do, we'll go full speed ahead.